Hello everybody. This is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. I hope you are having a wonderful day. So it is Christmas time and we are going to make a couple of arrangements for the front cooler. And one of the sweetest containers that we have for Christmas is this sweet little Santa mug. And so I thought that I would make a quick arrangement to put in the front cooler and show you how I do that. So this mug can be used. The wonderful part about this arrangement is when you give it as a gift, not only do they get to enjoy the pretty flowers, but when they're gone, they get a sweet Santa mug that they can use this year and next year or whenever they want to. They could use it year-round if they would like. So what I've done is I've taken a little bit of fresh floral foam and stuck it down into my mug and filled the reservoir with fresh water. Now, because it's a deep enough reservoir, I'm not going to worry about taping my fresh floral foam in. It should not have any problems with falling out. I'm going to start out using a little bit of mixed Christmas greens. So I have some cedar, I have some pine. This is gunite youth that's really pretty. And then this is another evergreen that we got. So I'm going to take just a pair of scissors. And I use the scissors to help me cut up some of this greenery because it's not always easy to cut with my floral knife. So I'm just taking my scissors and cutting some small pieces of, this is cedar. My mind went blank for a second. So I'm just taking that piece, giving it a fresh cut, and I am just tucking my cedar right into my fresh floral foam. Now when using fresh floral foam, always soak it first, and I know that if you've watched me ever, you've heard me say that, but I get that question a lot. And so I feel like it's probably important that I always say that you soak your foam before you start to arrange your flowers, okay? And the reason is because if you stick those flowers or stems directly into that dry foam, you're going to clog that stem and it won't be able to drain. So it's always important that you start with your foam wet, okay? So I'm just taking small, tiny little pieces of this cedar and I'm tucking it right into that fresh floral foam. Now cedar grows beautifully here in Mississippi. It grows, out in the country. And so, goodness, that carpal tunnel just shot up that hand. So I went out and just cut cedar because if I go and harvest the greenery, I feel as if I can give my customer more for their money. Okay, so there is, well, I've got a couple more little tiny pieces. For me, the reason I like to use these scissors when I'm cutting this greenery, cedar has a really woody stem, so it's hard to cut with a floral knife. And so that's the reason I use some snips or a pair of scissors to do that cut, because just a minute ago, when I used this knife and cut it with that left hand, it ran that carpal tunnel. And so that's why I'm using a pair of scissors or snips to cut that woody stem. And then it's not quite so hard to cut. Okay, so this is a long piece of pine. So I took it and I'm cutting it in half because it's really big. So I cut it in half so I get to use it in two separate places in my arrangement. All right. Okay, next I'm going to come in with a little bit of this greenery. This greenery came out of one of our Christmas garlands that we took apart to use on a wreath. So I am just using it hypericum berries. I love hypericum berries, and honestly, I love them year-round. They are fun little berries that you can use year-round. Lots of colors. They paint beautifully. If you know me at all, you know I like some flower paint. And they paint beautifully. Next, I'm going to come in with, these are small white cremones, and they remind you a little bit of a dahlia or a fun little snowflake. So there is a daisy variety that's called a snowflake daisy, and I wish so badly I had gotten some snowflakes this week. But I've got these pretty cremones. So I'm going to tuck one back here in the back. And so he looks like a Santa with a wild hat on today. And then I'll tuck one here in the front between my little stalk. Now to finish this little arrangement, I am going to use some gunite euc. Eucalyptus comes in tons of variety. The main thing about any eucalyptus is it's always the same color. It's always this really, my mouth won't work, this really pretty gray-green color. So that's how you're always going to recognize eucalyptus, is by its color. It always has that pretty eucalyptus smell, or I think eucalyptus smells pretty. And so this gunite euc is more of a feathery little euc. It's really pretty. And so I'm just taking it, and this is one stem of eucalyptus, gunite euc. So I'm just taking it and cutting tiny pieces off of it. I'm not going to use the whole stem. So that's always nice because it goes a pretty long way. Now, to finish off this arrangement, if you would like, you can always go and pick up some candy canes and tuck a few candy canes down into this arrangement. If you have a fun little ornament that you'd like to tuck, you can tuck in a fun little ornament. But look how sweet this Christmassy arrangement looks. And not only do they get to enjoy the flowers, they get a cute mug after. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions about how we design, anything you would like to know about the flower shop, don't hesitate to ask. You can drop that right in the comments down below. Also, if you would do us a big favor, subscribe to our channel. Hit that little bell down below and you will get notifications. Guys, y'all have a wonderful day and you'll see us real soon. Thank you.